Hello, my name is Dyami Millarson.
And I'm Ken Ho. Today we are on one of the wooden eilanden in Friesland. And today we're in Terschelling. And just a moment ago we have done an interview about the language here. It's called Aastersk. In fact, on this island there are three languages. Two of them are Frankish. One of them is a Frankish language. It's called Midslands. And the other two are Frisian languages. And these two Frisian languages are located at either end of the island. And now we are in the eastern part of the island, and therefore the Frisian language that's spoken here is called Aastersk. And the Frisian language that's spoken at the other end of the island, that is the western part of the island, is called Aastersk. And according to a statistic that is done in the beginning of the 21st century, there are around 200 speakers of the Eastern Frisian language, that is Aastersk. And according to the same statistics, there were about 400 speakers of Aastersk. And because it's already 10 years later, and we will also expect that the number of speakers of these two Frisian languages would decrease.
Has dropped, probably.
Has dropped.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mainly the speakers of these languages are the elderly. Therefore, the language is clearly declining. And we are here to meet some of the last native speakers of these languages, these Frisian languages, and we want to investigate these languages. We want to know more about the situation and the status, and we would also like to meet these last speakers and learn more about these languages. We would like to be able to speak one of these languages eventually, especially Ken Ho is focused on this. He wants to be able to speak Aasters. And the other name of Aasters, the other names I should say, are Oosterschellings or Aastersk in Frisian. Because in standard Frisian we say Aastersk, in Dutch we say Aasters, or also in the language itself they say Aasters. And in the Dutch name of this language is Oosterschellings. We should mention a couple of interesting facts about this language. It is a very conservative Frisian language, and it is closely related to Westers, also called Westerschellings. And perhaps we should talk about the vocabulary.
Yeah. And about the vocabulary in Aastersk, there's a very interesting word, and it is göra. And göra is a word in Aastersk that...
The pronunciation is probably gjøre.
Gjøre, yeah.
Because gjøre
is
a bit like Swedish.
Yeah, that's right. But this similarity also explains why, in fact, that some people think that the gjøre in Aastersk actually comes from the Northern Germanic languages, like the Swedish göra and the Danish and languages.
Yeah, the Scandinavian languages. They basically think that this word is derived from North Germanic. And
but we think that based on our knowledge on the Frisian language, that perhaps this word göra in Aastersk may be actually a product of the internal process that actually goes from the g sound to the j sound. For example, in Dutch language we have the word geven, and then in the standard Frisian language we have jan. So that we see that the word g, the sound g in Dutch language becomes the j in standard Frisian. And we think that this process may actually happen in the Aastersk language, such that the word to do becomes göra in Aastersk.
Yes, and another word that we should mention is the word for horse, which is hos, and it sounds very similar to English, horse, hos. This is the word in Aasters, and it is also related to the Dutch word ros.